And we're back with episode 2 of Rolling While Rolling. Rolling while rolling, or rolling while rolling. I don't know which one comes first.
We'll figure it out as the time goes on.
I'm Eddie.
And I'm Ren.
And we're here to discuss 2 individuals. The title of this episode will be Men Who Can't Be Friends with Women.
Viewer discretion is advised. We do indulge in specific substances on this show, but we are of legal age. We are in a state where this is legal, and we do not promote underage or irresponsible usage of alcohol or any other substances.
Oh, so we're gonna need a shot for this. We're gonna need some shots before. I don't know if y'all can. God.
You gotta put we gotta use the YouTuber hand.
Don Julio Reposado.
Oh,
But like Zay.
why I had to put it in front of the nigga body? All black? That's racist!
Not the camera being colorist. Wait. Oh. That's racist! Look at my hands though. My hands look white as shit. Yeah. Okay, like Zay France said the other day, can't say no to Reposado. You can't. You can't.
She actually put me on a Reposado. I used to be a dark liquor girl. Whiskey.
Why she said like being on Reposado or being on tequila is a problem.
No, I just wasn't a white person.
But actually tequila's brown, you know that, right?
Yeah, the actual color of it. But
Yeah.
I always thought of
white because
because of Blanco.
Yeah, that's a real shot, guys.
Give me half of that. I'm trying to have a not so real shot. No, you need the whole thing. You had a long day. No, you did. You had a long ass day. Okay. And this is a real shot too.
It's still gonna hit the same.
I'm punk bitch, so I will be taking a swig of my handy chase.
So yes, we're gonna talk about 2 individuals, and first we're gonna need this shot because.
And if you are at home and of age and not working or driving or watching your kid, well, if your children are asleep, you can take a shot with us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink, clink, clink. Oh.
Why would you gag? Don't make me gag.
Why would you breathe in to be hot?
Yeah, I don't need no more.
Fuck.
But my stomach going crazy.
My stomach bubbling.
Literally already. We're gonna talk about 2 individuals with her individual. We're gonna call him Two-Face.
Because that's exactly what that nigga is. And we're going to talk about DC No Fly, a.k.a. Devontae No Swing, a.k.a. So, and I started off the stories last time, so she will be starting it this time.
I don't even know where to begin, though. Okay, boom.
That's how you know it's about to get good.
Okay, boom. So, I was at this point in my dating life where I was like, okay, I'm going to try dating apps just to see, what's out there. But I learned quickly that dating apps does not mean dating. It means they ready to fuck. It means, like, hook up. It don't even... Literally. That's what it means. I'm trying to fuck. Like, dead ass. Like, off rip. I'm only seeing you just to fuck. Like all that.
Or so, put you in a situation.
Yeah.
Or
make you a side piece. Cause
yes. Oh my god.
Women who are married, make sure your husband doesn't have these accounts.
Hold on. And if he has Facebook, he probably has one.
Because Facebook offers the dating, their own individual dating site because it is out the way. And Facebook has always been the app that connects people. And that's what they try to do with the dating app for Facebook dating. But anywho, I'm not going to name the app that we were on. It's a popular app. It's for anybody type shit. But we matched on there. We talked a little bit in the DMs on there, and then eventually we went to exchanging numbers. He was pressed to FaceTime me at
I
first.
could imagine.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then we decided to like see each other. And at first we was gonna go to the movies. But then he swindled his way into asking me to like come over or whatever. And I was just like, bruh.
Can we pause on that? So when he was trying to get you to come over, do you feel like he was fresh on the dating apps too? Or had he been on there for a long time? And
I'm honestly not sure because like when I got to know him, he did tell me that he still would be on the dating app, but he would use when he's bored type shit. So he probably been on it,
but just
but
wasn't using it.
wasn't using it like an everyday thing. That's what he
Okay.
said. I'm not going to assume otherwise because
You have no other proof. Yeah, at the moment.
and
so.
I don't care to know. Like,
Yeah.
like
No, I
you know
was
what
just
mean?
wondering if, because you know how you said you were in your phase of using dating apps.
Mhm.
Was this his new phase of being on
Yeah,
it? That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Were y'all
yeah.
in the same phase at that time?
I honestly don't
Yeah.
know. I honestly don't know.
That's
but
what I was thinking.
fast forward, after the first link, I did go over there. He wasn't on no extremely weird shit. We did end up having intercourse.
I want to have intercourse with you. Ooh, yeah, intercourse with you.
Relations.
I encouraged it.
But
Don't
pause. The way that he sets up his room, it's dark, LED lights. He's playing R&B, sexual R&B at that.
for sure.
So even,
But most R&B is sexual. There's no
I know.
hiding it. There's
but that's what I'm saying. But
that's your intention.
he set the mood.
Yeah,
and you just
candles
went
lit.
with it. So that's what I'm saying. In the grand scheme of things, did you really start it, or did he lay it out there and
Yeah,
it was like a bait?
it was like bait. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was bait for
Because
sure.
when you say that, it's like you didn't get those vibes for no reason.
Facts.
Did you?
I was a hoe. I'm not gonna lie.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it.
Or maybe I read into it more than I should have. But we were cuddling, and then that is what led to one thing or another
Bitch,
type
if I
shit.
cuddle with a nigga,
Yeah,
he's fucking.
yeah.
I don't cuddle with my friends.
That's true.
The way that he makes you hang out with him is very intimate.
It's true. Because you're never really in his living room.
Yes.
Like most people would do if they're
Yes.
hosting somebody that they just met. They would at least have them, sit in their living room. But no, you're immediately going up to his room. He has a king size bed,
It's warm and toasty.
and he has a bed frame.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
True.
He has bed
Most
frame.
guys do not.
He has furniture in his house. So it's like you think,
He actually
okay,
has an
this man.
abundance of furniture.
Yes, he does. You're thinking
surprising.
in your head that this man is like put together to an extent.
And high key, he is material wise.
Yeah, for sure.
If that's it.
So I pursued the sex. After that, he was weird a little bit because he was like, "Oh, I'm not really looking for anything more right now. We could just be friends." So basically, he friend zoned me after that, even though he never said like for what.
Yeah.
Like not a real reason. Like he couldn't. I don't know.
I don't
but,
think he could have even articulated what he was feeling.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't the best with his emotions.
He really wasn't. He was emotionally unavailable, emotionally stunted, for real, because he did have a traumatic background. He was exposed to porn early,
taking advantage.
Yeah,
by older
molestation.
women.
Yes, for sure. So that has to play. I found that out down the line. So fast forward. We're friends. We're hanging out on a consistent basis. We don't live nothing but 5 minutes from each other. We live in 2 different neighborhoods across the street from each other, whatever. He drives. At that time, I wasn't driving. So, yeah. So he picked me up, and then we would go over his house, and then sometimes we would go out, but that was very far from Pew, and I was only with my cousin. So we're constantly hanging out. He's constantly bringing other women around me, like a female friend that was pretty cool. Sadly, we lost her. Not even a year of us being friends for real. She passed. And then he introduced me to his on and off again girlfriend that they would, see each other, whatever. And she was older than him. Keep in mind, he is 5 years older than me? 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
5 years older than me. His girlfriend was 2 or 3 years older than him. She was in her 30s. So he just kept bringing me around other women. And of course, I wasn't like acting a certain way. I was still being cordial because I have no choice at this point. You're ask me to come over, or we're planning on us smoking, and then you will spring other women on me, or you'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot so and so and so and so wants to smoke, whatever. And so people would come over, we would hang out, play games, talk, whatever. And I'm supposed to, be okay with it, even though we've had a sexual history. I don't know the exact details of the other women, unless it was like his ex, which he told me that was his ex, and etc. But even then, so he just didn't know how to act like we were friends, because whenever other people would be around, he would try to like troll me or make me angry or make it seem like he don't fuck with me for real, even though we hang out damn near like 4 or 5 times a week. At max, it was probably every day, for real, for real. Keep in mind, we weren't having sex that
So they were really
entire
friends.
time. We were.
Well, in her mind, they were really
friends. Facts. So we would hang out. We would be on the phone. We would be on the phone as much as me and Ren are on the phone now. Like, but yeah, he just didn't know how to act. And then when I started seeing other people, and it was obvious I was seeing other people, because he asked me to smoke, I'd be like, nah, I have a date, or whatever the case may be, or nah, so and so's picking me up, whatever the case may be. He always made it a point to say, well, they're not treating you like what I was saying, that they're like, he's like, they're not treating you as I'm treating you, or he would make me feel bad, as if like him picking me up for us to hang out was a burden. And I'm like, how's that a burden when, for one, I offered gas money in the beginning. He did accept gas money a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. If not, he didn't, regardless of whatever. But still, I was still providing things that I didn't have to. I was definitely providing things that a friend wouldn't really provide, a platonic friend at that, because like I bought him pajama sets, I bought him sheets for his bed, because his original sheets that he was using was not fitting his bed. They were a smaller size. Bought him his favorite color sheets at that. Well, I bought him his favorite football team, a whole kit for him. I bought him another tray for his favorite artist. Like, thoughtful gifts, thoughtful gestures. I would cook. Ren said it in the last episode. I do cook, and I do take pride in my cooking, and I do put love in my cooking. And it's like, I don't give that to everybody. Everybody always asks for food and shit like that, and I'm giving the food to you for free. Like, you're a man that air fries everything.
You're a man that invites me over all the time, doesn't compensate me for my time.
Yeah.
Not only that, a ride is not equivalent to all of the stuff that she was doing for him.
Yeah.
So the $5 you spend in gas doesn't equate to all the stuff that I'm doing. Because
Yeah.
I'm also, half the time, women do not show up to the session with gas. She always shows up with that pressure. Mind you, to the point where he wanted her plug.
Yeah. Multiple times. To the point where I had a plug. I don't remember who put who onto the plug, but we had the same plug. And then I also had a backup plug that I was buying from. He would buy weed through me, but my backup plug and I are cool, but, obviously some plugs want to fuck attractive females, whatever. So in his head, he still thinks, whatever.
He has a chance.
Yeah, so he would give me deals for the weed that he would normally hike up type shit.
For anybody else.
Yeah. DC No Fly was using my deals by buying weed through me. Fast forward, basically, he couldn't respect me for one, because instead of being honest from jump on how he felt, he decided to friend zone me, but then get mad when I move on, but then double back and want to have intercourse when he wants to. And he only really tried to have intercourse most of the time when I was dealing with other people. So he would play that card like, oh yeah, we got too, and we got too lit, so we might as well have sex. No, because keep in mind, we were friends for 2 years, I would say, about 2 years. And within those 2 years, I spent nights over his house where we didn't do nothing. We would hang out, sometimes eat, because it's either I'm feeding the both of us or he's warming up something. Damn, that's so sad. And then we would go to sleep because he wouldn't feel like taking me home, even though it's 5-minute drive there and back. But
literally, y'all were like damn near neighbors. It's not neighbors, but if y'all understood how the area we live in is shaped, they damn near neighbors.
Literally. We would spend the night. We would not cuddle. We would not touch nothing. Like, keep in mind, I would wear a shirt, shorts, sometimes. But most time it's just shirt and panties, if that. and nothing still happened. And at first I thought, you know, maybe it would make him want to do something. Nah, it didn't make him do anything. He just had to face me every time we went to bed, so I would turn the other way. Anyways, so when I first really started dating other people, that's when he would try to pursue to have sex with me. At first, I was like, what the fuck? Like this is random. And then, you know, every girl has that dumb moment. They're like, oh, maybe he's changing. Hell to the fuck no. Because he was still triggering me around other people. He was still trying to make it seem like he don't fuck with me around other people. Even though he fuck with me heavy. Even though he had to talk to me every day.
What was one of the things that made you think he changed? You know what I mean? For
he
context.
Was nicer.
Okay.
He was nicer. Because he was always fucking mean when other people were around. So when he started being nicer around other people, when he would start flirting and shit like that around other people, I was just like,
what's going on?
What the hell?
Yeah.
But then the I think I can change somebody in me came out and was like, oh, maybe me being nice, maybe me dialing back my energy, maybe me showing him that I have options, changed him. But no, hell no. And the sex was decent. I'm not going to lie, say it wasn't. But there wasn't oral involved as far as me receiving. There wasn't kissing involved. So there was a lack of affection and a lack of me being fully satisfied during our time being intimate. Like, I need hella foreplay. Like, you can't... Granted, my vagina's going to get wet regardless. Like,
but you're not even getting the maximum arousal.
I'm not getting maximum arousal. I'm not coming as quick as I could because after a good amount of foreplay,
it's like you can stick it in just the right
pressure. It's
pressure.
over with. But that's with most women. You have to build up to...
They said 7 to 15 minutes is the average to build a woman's arousal.
Shit.
It could be longer than that.
No. But I'm saying, like, there was no 2-minute increment, nothing. It was nothing that would lead to... It was just smoking, talking, bickering a little bit. Then eventually he'll agree. And then...
Because I feel like he was a devil's advocate just for no reason.
For no reason.
He didn't have a purpose behind it. He just knew it turned him on to hear you talk passionately. I felt like that was his kink. Was like hearing you raise your voice.
Facts.
Or cuss a little bit.
Because I am nice. And that was one of the things that he kept saying initially. He was just like, I was waiting for the ball to drop because you're so nice. Like, you don't be rude. You don't come at me in a hostile or aggressive way, whatever, because he claimed women from the DMV are more aggressive than not. So he was just like, oh yeah, I knew you wasn't from here, whatever. And so I think that to an extent turned him off because he's used to a certain type of woman. So when somebody was nice to him, he was just like, what the fuck? What did she have going on? Like,
or it triggered the part of him that knew that he wasn't actually up to par mentally.
Yeah.
Because his material side is there, which is what the girls were looking at. The other girls from the past only care about the house, the car, the job.
Yep.
The availability of his house. But you're seeing him for who he really is, and that triggered him.
Yeah.
He's like, nah.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Literally. And he would always try to, like, remind me and be like, I'm the reason that you be going out the house or whatever, that you be having, like, basically trying to say I'm the reason that you have a life. I was going to have a life regardless of you. I'm naturally a person that likes to be home. So.
But also when she's extroverted, she'll literally get on a plane on her own and go somewhere and meet people. Like, what are we talking about?
That's true. That's true.
What?
Like,
I hate when niggas do that. Like,
and more context. So around the time we started sleeping together again, I was traveling. I was doing a lot of things on my own. Like earlier the year, I went to Jasmine Sullivan concert in DC. The dude I was seeing at that time picked me up, dropped me off. We spent the night in DC, all types of shit. So it was everything that was outside of him.
It was in his grip.
Yes, and his biggest thing was he wanted to make me feel like I needed him to do whatever, as far as transportation or whatever. But it's like, if I was driving, then what? Like what could you say? He's a Pisces. 2 swimming fish in a fucking circle.
And if anybody knows, when Pisces are around their friends, they want to be the helper, even though it irritates them to help people. So it's like it's a
when they're unhealed.
Yes. Because when they are healed,
throw it in your face.
Yes,
for sure. That's one thing that Cancers and Pisces can have in common as water signs is that they'll do
Like,
things
I
for
did
other
this for
people.
you.
Yeah, and then we can
But I
throw it
didn't
in
ask
your
you.
face. But I'm glad I don't really have that. Anyway, he got that shit. He got that shit down packed. He
But
had it.
that's
He had
because
it for
he's the
enough.
only
Yeah.
child.
He is the only child. That's even
So
more
he needs to be
context to his
praised for
character.
everything that he does.
Yeah, he needs to be praised, and he wants to feel needed, and he wants to feel seen because his parents neglected him. To my observation, well,
They
our
neglected
observation.
the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
They would go away and not take him with them.
Yeah, they would go on vacation and not take him with them. And the only vacation that they would go
Is
on
a car ride.
is they would go on like a 6 to 7 hour drive to another state where family is located. That is not like, you know what I mean, like,
but also not letting him experience flying on a plane.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. So that is why he feels like anytime he does the littlest shit for somebody, it means something.
Something, yeah.
Because his parents didn't show him what better was.
Yeah, for sure. So his perspective was definitely jaded.
As fuck.
And he just didn't know how to appreciate me as a friend. He didn't know how to appreciate any good person because me and Ren met through him. They were friends first.
We also met through an app, but it was clear when we met each other we weren't attracted to each other in that way. So it just definitely was just friendship. And it was similar to what she was saying where we would just watch TV and be in the house. And then that was a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, we stayed on the phone for like hours.
It's a wrap for you, baby.
Keep in mind, at that time, I was breadcrumbing him, so I wasn't really seeing him as much as I used to, like, very minimum. I wasn't always answering his phone calls because my energy felt like it was drained. And I also felt like he just didn't deserve certain parts of me anymore because he had me wide open, like, not in a sexual way.
No, like, as far as you caring for him.
I know, but I gotta explain it to them, you know, because,
shit.
Because I'm not the only pervert. I'm not the... That's what I'm saying. Our audience gotta be.
I hope so.
If not, then the fuck are you watching?
Yeah, you gotta log out.
Please, just go ahead and go to the back for me. Log out.
Not all the non-perverts to the
literally, because what the fuck?
For real though.
We don't make this for y'all. So yeah, like I just felt like I had to pull back. I really felt like I had to pull back because no. And you're not my son's father. Like, okay, I say this too much, but I feel like any person that has a child with somebody, whether it's planned or not, and you like literally go through having a child for somebody, that connection is deeper than any other connection you're gonna really have for real, because you
became one.
You share DNA to the point where y'all created life. The way me and my son's father ended, I'm going to just say that in general, like, if he didn't get a certain amount of energy from me.
Damn sure not.
So, like, you know what I mean? Like, why would I give somebody who did not impregnate me, not saying, like, it makes my son's father higher, but to an extent as far as.
We can respect that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But him as a nigga, no, he's not higher. But the fact that we have that type of connection in general, he is higher than other people. And it's like, why would you think I would fucking practically beg to be in your life or just be somebody's fucking doormat just to be in somebody else's life, just because we have some decent moments together, just because we bond, just because whatever in those moments, like, no, it don't add up. 1 + 1 does not equal 2 for that situation.
Literally.
So
his psyche was fucked up as well. He was a Kevin Samuelite. So he also didn't feel like women had high value unless they were a specific aesthetic. It was a lot to it. So it's like outside of that, he would make certain women, nice women, beg, and the rude women would just walk all over him to the, like, fuck his shit up. His material stuff, the stuff that makes him look good, and he would just take that shit. But let someone that cares about you pull back, and you're damn near harassing them by being mean to them to try to be friends with you again. That's crazy. When it should be the opposite way around. You're the only good thing to me. let me try to see what the fuck I can do to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's me. But he never says sorry.
For nothing.
He never thinks he's wrong.
Yep. So our last conversation, he tried to have sex. But the type of sex he wanted to have, for one, he didn't come at me about it
The proper way.
properly. He did not, like I keep saying, it's a respect thing. The way he carried it was like I was some type of pocket pussy or something. And
or that was gonna, if he offered her something that was special to her because it was a special thing that, you know, it's not something you do all the time, that was gonna make her jump. That's what I feel like it was. Because he was the only one that knew about that up until that point. Outside of probably like, you know, your mom or whoever you talk to about that kind of stuff. But he was the only friend at that time that knew what, like, that you had, you know. That's what I felt like that was. It was a power play. Like, if I offer her this one thing that I know that is special to her, she's definitely gonna come over.
I definitely have my hooks in her. And then when I brought up, I'm like, bro, you don't fuck with me. You don't really find me attractive. And we don't kiss. And he's like, oh, fine, I'll kiss you. Huh?
Do you think I want you to kiss me after that? After I had to tell you
fine. Oh, fine is what really killed me. Like,
that gives me old man. Like, old grumpy man.
Like, here.
Oh, fine, baby. You always complaining. Like,
literally.
That's what it's giving. But that's how he acted. Like, an old man. Like, I remember one time we were hanging out, and she had got really dressed up because we were hanging out, and then we went to see him after. And he was staring at her the whole night, but just couldn't tell her she looked nice. And I'm just like, you're literally barely making eye contact with anybody else in the room, but you can't tell her she looks nice. It's just, it was a weird dynamic. Like, he definitely gave old man. What was wrong with him, bro?
He offered that shit. I said no. He just was not getting it. He was like, oh, fine, bro, stop texting me. So I blocked him. I blocked him on everything. I blocked him. I messaged Instagram, Twitter before it became X. Blocked him on everything. So he started texting her. He started reaching out to her. And he knew me and her were still hanging out because she would post me on her page and shit. Like when we're out. So I guess he got the gist that she was ignoring him, or that they were no longer cool. Were you not cool with him at that point?
The craziest thing is I was cutting him off prior to, because I had stopped coming over there. When I would come over there, I would like prepare myself for what the fuck it was going to be.
Because you have to.
Yeah.
So, okay, what was he doing that would trigger you?
We would have conversations, but he couldn't go past like a clickbait. Like, we would talk about the male and female shit, but then when it would get time to find a solution, that shit would just be like non-existent, and he would just go back to the original point. And I'm like, what are we doing right now? Like, we both know that this is not the solution to it, and we both know that black women don't hate black men. We know, like, it was that. It was really that. And then he would put on specific podcasts so that we would have those same fucking conversations. And I'm like, nigga, there's other podcasts. Like, you know that. We could just watch some funny shit. Like, we don't have to think. We don't have to put on Joe Budden. We don't have to, like, we can put on fucking 85 South and just laugh. And it was mainly that. It was just that constant cycle of, like, podcast-ass conversations that weren't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Because I knew deep down inside, like, that's not even going on in his life. He don't really take women out on dates. So it's like, you have nothing to worry about, bro. These conversations are not for you. And his mood swings. And the fact that he would drink, like, on a random weekday knowing he had to go to work. I didn't want to partake, so.
He didn't want to see him. Oh, I feel like that's what it was.
I don't need you to be lit, nigga. We both close to the same age.
Literally.
I was actually expecting the exact opposite. Like, us to just kind of just chill, feet up on the couch. No expectations, really. Like, low expectations. Because with younger niggas, that's what you expect. You expect to be fucking taking shots and trying to keep up with sex drives and shit like that. Like, that's what you expect. But with him, I was not expecting that. When I met him, I was like, he gives somebody I could sit on the couch with and be like, hey, bro, what's up? Like, and then we could, like, hang out with other people type shit. Like, if he got a girlfriend, I would have hung, like, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's how I was starting to see him. And I kept trying to make that clear. Like, are we friends? Are we friends? because I didn't want there to ever be a misunderstanding if he did bring anybody else around, that, like, there was nothing going on. And it was weird because remember I told you the one time that he ever made me feel uncomfortable, it was the first day I met you. Remember I told you when you all walked past, he stood in the little walkway and then put his pellet.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
I remember you did say that.
I was like, he's never... That's why I was like, nigga, don't start that shit today. I feel like he was hoping you saw it and you didn't. And I was like, thank God you didn't see that shit. Because that would have gave you the wrong impression. I'm like,
no.
Me and this nigga don't even hug, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and I had to force him to hug me.
Same.
Literally.
And for me, it would just be
And it wasn't for long because I would stop asking because he'd be like, you always want to hug. I'm like, okay.
He was just super unaffectionate. Even as, like, a friend, like, I can't do that unaffectionate shit, bro. Because life is too short. If something were to happen to any of us, I wouldn't want the last memory to be us, like, not being able to hug and arguing over stupid shit that don't matter. And I think that's what it was. I was beginning to realize that our friendship couldn't last because he wasn't evolving. That's what it was. He just wasn't evolving.
Facts. He wasn't going to. He was at that
point.
He
wasn't getting softer. That's what it was. I'm like,
yeah.
We've been hanging out how long now? What's with this?
That's him. And I pray he gets peace. I pray that he comes to terms with all that he has gone through, heals from that, learns from what he's gone through, and tries to be better on a regular basis to everybody in his life.
And takes a break from dating in general.
For sure.
Until you actually know what you want out of a woman and yourself. And if you even like yourself. You know?
And don't think a woman's just supposed to fuck you and feed you.
Or be there to sleep with you at night. Even if, because, like you said, it wasn't even sometimes about sex. It was just being that warm body in the bed so he didn't feel alone.
For sure.
Which that in itself is sad. Men have a fear of dying alone more than women. And they don't want to admit that shit. That's why they try to play reverse Uno and be like,
at the same time, if you have a fear of that, why wouldn't you treat the people in your life spectacular?
Think about football. You bully the player into being better.
Yeah.
Every sport is like, you jackass, do better. Like, you make one mistake and now every good thing that you did doesn't matter. Like, they weren't trained like how we are to compliment one another and to cultivate a relationship that is actually loving. Yeah. Like, it's more of like, I can call you a piece of shit, but you know I still love you. And that's not okay. Like, with women, like, we kind of are like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you treating me like this? Especially in front of other people.
People, for sure.
Because it's one thing if we bicker like that behind closed doors and I'm okay with that, but to show out in front of company is wild. But niggas do that all the time. We watched a video on that where niggas will take it too far and then be ready to cry or beat each other up because they don't realize that there is a certain level of care you are supposed to have for your fucking friends. Prayers go out to him. Yeah. We don't think that he's like the worst individual on earth.
But energy-wise, mentally, emotionally, I just couldn't do it. Not any longer than what I already have. I already opened my womb to you multiple times, and I stopped having sex with you for a reason. Yeah. And
her life was starting to get better when she stopped.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, like, in the midst of that, you were able to focus on school more. Like, shit like that. Like, it was like things that you couldn't do before. But also, I could peep, that's another thing that what she just said. Because of how he was towards her, I could peep that he liked her from the first conversation. And that was another thing. Don't introduce somebody in a way that's inauthentic, that's not real. Yeah. Because you could have said friends, but we had a past. And that would have made me think of it a lot differently. But for me to have to play detective and Inspector Gadget to figure out what the hell is going on, I couldn't trust you as a friend either. And I think for me, I am very paranoid in general because of how I've had people do me in the past. Just be honest. I think that's what it was. Yeah. That gray area that he always has with people. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He did get better with being able to be friends with somebody because, like I said, up until that one time, he did not cross any barriers with me. So I can honestly say up until that one time, and after that, he never did it again. He felt like a friend. So it was, he learned from her because she did say to stop doing inappropriate things with your friends. With me, he did nothing inappropriate up until that one time. That was, and he was also very drunk that night. I will give him that because he was drinking before and he was drinking at the party. I blame it on the alcohol. What do you think the moral of that friendship was or situation was?
I feel like to leave when you feel like you need to leave, to address when someone is draining your energy, and to not expect more out of people when you're not even vocalizing it yourself. So like eventually I started to be like, yeah, you're not shit. But that was eventually, and that was when, yeah, and that was when me and him would like really be arguing type shit. But then I was just like, fuck it, I don't even need to explain myself because he's never going to get it. He doesn't ever get it when I tried to explain to him most things. Like, for real, like, it was more confrontation than it was anything that was good. Mm-hmm. So when we did agree, I was like, okay, cool, but it shouldn't be on no, like, random fucking Tuesday that you want to agree with me, but then literally tomorrow you're going to argue with me about something else. Or you're going to make it seem like you being in my life has to happen because I need a life, or I need more purpose or more fulfillment. No, I don't.
High key, he was projecting what he felt inside without being able to completely articulate it.
And yeah, just notice the red signs or the red flags a lot sooner. And stop trying to think that things are going to change because of time or whatever I put into it.
From the outside looking in, also, you don't have to overextend yourself for your friends.
Yeah.
Because a true friend is going to reciprocate and not just take. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. We do stuff for each other, not expecting anything in return, but a real friend is going to try to return when they can, and the way that they can. It's not always going to be equivalent or the same as, but he wasn't trying to do anything more than just give a ride.
In decent conversation when he wanted to.
Yeah, when he wanted to be open-minded.
Yeah.
And that was rare. I pray the most that he opens his mind. Because when he opens his mind, everything is going to align.
Yeah.
But that is DC No Fly. He will be remembered.
Stop, like he...
No, like remembered on this page. The guys that we're talking about, some of them are not as important, but he actually was important to a theme that we see often in this area, where men will try to start off being your friend just to get you to come over, but don't actually want to be your friend. Don't actually want to truly have that friendship with you. They just want to fuck you or be in some sort of gray area of friends with benefits situationship or no strings attached. And that's what that gave. It was like, I want to be your friend for the most part, but every once in a while I want to hit that. And I especially want to hit it when I know that you're pulling away from me, because I know it's going to pull you back in. And a lot of guys do that. He's not the only one that can't be friends with women.
Yeah.
So next we're going to talk about Two Faced. And I have known him since I was in 9th grade, which that was 2009. We've known each other for over a freaking decade.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Yes. I met him when I was going to my first high school, and then our relationship kind of drifted off when I went to my second high school. But we bonded over music. We were both Kanye West fans. Like, we loved Kanye to death, to the point where, like, we would debate over just music, Kendrick Lamar, everybody. We would just talk about music. And that's what made me really gravitate to him as a friend. In the beginning, he was the one that was trying to pursue a little bit more. He literally got my number through one of our mutual friends without asking me. And that person didn't even ask me. They just gave him my number. I don't know why I replied back. Like, stranger danger. That's probably why my mom didn't trust me going nowhere. Why the fuck am I replying back to niggas I don't know? But anywho, we got to know each other. He would try to say little things, like, every once in a while when we were in high school, he would try to bring up the fact that he did think I was attractive, or he would try to, like, ask me if I wanted him to send me nudes. And I was like, no. And then after that, he kind of got it, like, that I didn't like him in that way. And it's not that he wasn't attractive. He's attractive to me. He's tall. He can dress. Typical DMV nigga that has, like, some flies to him, cool guy, whatever the case may be. I just wasn't attracted to the fact that he was a womanizer. He's always been a womanizer. And he is a Caribbean man. I have Caribbean in my blood, so it's like, I'm looking at my twin. Like, you think you're being that guy, and I'm doing it but silent. So it was like, okay, like, you're saying you like me, but then I know 5 other girls in my friend group that you're talking to. Be fucking for real. Fast forward, we end up going to college together. He was there a year earlier because he graduated the year before me. We link up, hang out. I introduced him to my college friends, so we all just smoke. I had a boyfriend at the time, so it was nothing. Like, whatever the case may be. Plus, by that point, he had been fucking college girls, so I wasn't that important in his life. Even though, like, his friends loved me, but it was more of, like, my personality and, like, how me and him would banter type shit. Then I went to go see my boyfriend long distance, came back and was single and devastated. So I decided to ask him, did he want to fuck? He said yeah. And we attempted. It wasn't working. It never really worked. Then he called our mutual friend and told her that my coochie was too tight. He didn't like it, that I was tight like a virgin, shit like that. And that shit crushed the fuck out of me. So then I kind of like drew back from him a little bit. Not really, because my friends still wanted to hang out with him, but yeah. And then I left college because I'm a dropout. And we kind of like fell off, really, honestly, for some years. He was living life, I was living life. And then we reconnected recently. I reached out to him randomly. I don't know why. And then we linked up, smoked, and then that went into us hanging out. I felt like he was taking me on dates because it was like every week we would be going to do something new, and he would tell me not to bring people to his spots, and he would be like, don't bring nobody else here, like that. And I'm like, who the fuck would I bring here? Like, why would I do that? I didn't realize that was his way of saying, like, don't bring no niggas here. My dumb ass. So I guess we were dating, but in my head I didn't think we were dating. So I kept asking him, what are we? And he's like, at first, he's like, yeah, I think we're going somewhere. I like you, da-da-da. And then I asked him again a couple months later, and he's like, it's not you, it's me. I'm dating other people. I think you deserve better, blah, 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 blah. But then still wants to hang out with me and be friends with feelings. Mind you, we still aren't compatible sexually. So I just don't understand how can we be friends with feelings, but we can't fuck. Our relationship is not healthy. It's not good at all. I feel like it's one of the reasons why it is hard for me to date. It's hard for me to date other people because talking to him makes me hate niggas, because he'll tell me some of the most diabolical shit he does to women, and it triggers the fuck out of me because I know so many people that are like him, and he's like my type. High key, like the niggas that act like him. So it's making me not want to date because I know I have to change my type. Because why the fuck am I dating niggas that be saying shit to me that he be saying to bitches?
Yeah.
Like, so it's triggering. And I know that we can't be friends for much longer, even though I think that he would be hurt if we weren't friends. Because I tried to cut him off a few times, and he'd be like calling me like, oh yeah, I was going to cuss you out because you did this and that. And I'm just like, but you're not a good friend. Like, you don't hit me up often. We barely talk. Like,
It's 111.
literally. He's not a good friend. He's a Gemini. He's flighty. Like, and he just wants things to go his way. I introduced him to Eddie, and he tried to flirt with her. He's damn near flirted with everybody in my friend group. He's a... Oh, that was a test, bro.
Keep in mind, we don't have the exact same type. We do sometimes find people attractive at the same time. Like, Brett Fias is our husband. We would have a throuple.
I would just watch.
Anyways, but to me, he's not attractive, so it don't matter. And then, knowing the history that they had, fuck no, I'm not. Anybody that my friends or whatever bring around that, and I know that they are a thing, or that they have feelings for that person, regardless if they're established or not, I don't find you attractive immediately. But him specifically, no. I like when she first told me about him before all the like, the real juicy details. We just talked about like our little booze or whatever. At the time, she showed me him. I'm like, in my head, I don't think I made a face, but
You just got quiet. I
because
remember that. I was like
because at the end of the day, it's not that he's unattractive for real. Like, he's decent, but he's not like, ooh, who the fuck is it? Like, no. He's not like, I'm about to catcall that man. No. But he and himself, I could not see them together. That's why I was like, that's not what I took you for, my sister. Like, but I feel like we both are like realizing that our types are the ones that, like, us liking specific men is the reason why we well, one of the reasons why we go through what we go through. We pick the men that we deal with because at the end of the day, it's a choice.
Yeah.
Right? So, but back to him not treating her right. He was the type of nigga to buy her the opposite of what she liked or just nothing that she likes. Like, he bought her fucking tequila.
And I wasn't a tequila person.
By a black celebrity. We're not going to name no names.
It was not good. And then he even admitted after that he never tried it before. And then he tried it. He was like, it was disgusting.
See? He bought her candy, chocolate, right? Chocolate for Valentine's Day. Knowing she's not even a chocolate, like, eater for real. Like, she likes gummies and, like, sweets. Like, there's a difference. There's two different categories. Some people fall under both. Some people like one or the other. But she's not a chocolate-eating person.
Yeah, and if I'm eating chocolate, it's a period craving and it's a rare one, like, literally. So it's a rare period craving. Like, I think I've only had that craving, like, twice.
I just realized?
What?
You're really racist.
What?
She doesn't eat brown foods.
I do.
Barely.
I eat beans and shit.
So, I mean, but that's not the same. Like,
no, but I feel like
steak.
I do.
Sometimes.
Since we started hanging out, I actually eat beef a lot. No, I do. No. The other day I had a steak at Outback. It was nasty though. Remember, it was hard.
Oh,
They
yeah.
didn't cook it right. I'm thinking I'm gonna get Longhorn or the Hamilton. And it's Outback.
It's not even Texas Roadhouse.
No.
Texas Roadhouse got some good steak. I'm not gonna.
But literally, we see the meat cuts when we walk in there. I've actually never seen how Outback cuts their meat.
Yeah.
They're not, like, for a chain restaurant, they didn't do a good job of marketing what their main thing is.
Yeah. Like, Red Lobster always had the lobsters in the front.
Literally. And Texas Roadhouse always has the meat laid out.
And the bun.
Yeah.
And peanuts, right?
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse.
She wants me to be racist so bad, bruh.
She don't like brown shit at all.
I do.
She's like, I don't even like nothing that's my complexion. Let me say, no, because she do like chocolate, man. Who doesn't like chocolate, bro?
That's literally a universal thing. Don't.
It should be.
It is. Think about
to an extent, but people don't like to admit that.
Of course, because it's a forbidden fucking thing. Think about it. It's a forbidden fruit. So, Tall, Dark, and Handsome is a black man, but they try to make it everything else. No, but think about it. For every other person, it is.
True.
Because their Tall, Dark, and Handsome is fucking Johnny Depp. But to us, it's literally...
I love Johnny Depp. But that's not Tall, Dark, and Handsome. That's not Morris Chestnut and Best Man.
What are we talking about?
That's not Mahershala.
Oof.
And Moonlight. And goddamn... I love you, Mahershala. I know you're married.
I know.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Anyways, he knows where home is. But yeah, it's not that. Johnny Depp is not that. And I love Johnny Depp.
But that's what they think Tall, Dark, and Handsome is. Idris Elba first came out. I'm not the biggest Idris lover. But women were literally dying over that.
I think for Idris, I knew from jump that there was something off about him.
He played those good guy roles, but
no,
didn't.
he played the bad guy roles the best.
Like, no, that's what I'm about to say. But it didn't seem realistic. He didn't seem like he would be a good dad.
Yeah.
But he played dad, like...
Even though that... Oh, I thought that was his best role. That's so bad.
It is.
That's so bad.
I feel like he plays into the fact that he's an attractive dark-skinned man and just wings it. And the fact that he covers his accent...
No. But listen. So...
What you cover your accent
There's
for?
a whole history behind Americans not accepting British actors.
I know.
So... Damn, my bad.
No, you good. That's the same reason why... Because I didn't know the Spider-Man guy was... Whatever. One of the Spider-Man...
Tom Holland?
Yes.
Tom Holland is British, I think.
Yes.
And
until his interview, I was like, what the fuck?
The previous Spider-Man after Tobey, what's his name? Andrew something? I think he's either British, too.
See?
He's British or... I think he's British, and I like him. I like him a lot.
Well, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not a hater of Idris, but I'm saying a lot of people in the industry...
They play onto whatever stereotype that they're...
Because they kind of did that to Halle Berry.
I mean, they had...
Yeah, they did. But yeah.
Anyways, so he would buy her horrible gifts, and I feel like gifts. Like, I'm not a huge gift person. That's not my top, 3 out of the love languages. But when you're trying to buy a gift for somebody, at least make it meaningful. Like, not something that you think that they would like, or you think that would look good on them, or you think that they should taste because you like it. It's from a selfish place. You're supposed to think about that person,
Do you
not
know what I think he did?
what?
I think some other girl of a higher caliber rejected the gifts, and that's why he gave it to me. He wants a bad bitch, but he likes my heart. He don't actually like my physical. He likes that I listen to him, that I'm smart, all that stuff. But the fact that, remember he said girls wouldn't let him take them to Cheesecake Factory? What type of bitches are you dating? You've never had a good-ass cheesecake?
But these are females that want to be of an upper echelon, and they aren't really meant to be in that category. They only get there. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say y'all are all gold diggers, but y'all only get there by stepping on a man's shoulder. Like, not trying to be like, oh, you got to be independent. You got to start from bottom and work yourself up or whatever. Though. But you're purposefully dating certain men that can provide a lifestyle for you. And it's not because, like, oh, you so happen to attract those men. It's you're pursuing those type of men. You're going to these hotels, these after-hour spots, these banquets and shit like that just to be around these men. Or you're frequenting certain shops, certain coffee houses, certain whatever.
Shit, bars, hotel bars. There's a lot of places that people go to be in. Like, people will even jog in neighborhoods they don't live in. And don't get it twisted. Do what you gotta do, but you make it hard for the average girl, which I would consider myself an average girl, to date, because y'all give these regular niggas that are just trying to attain y'all hope that they can attain y'all, and y'all know that y'all don't want them.
Yes.
Just say that from jump. They're like, yes.
Or you have them feeling inadequate because they can't offer you.
Literally. So they never do it for another girl again.
At all. They be like, well, this bitch didn't appreciate it. What makes you think that Eddie or Ren are going to appreciate it? No.
Literally. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, we don't deserve anything. But we're simple people in general. Like, remembering something that's our favorite, giving it to us, or like certain things. Like
we would hold that to a higher caliber than if somebody fucking bought us a Birkin. Why the fuck would you buy me a Birkin?
Those Birkins are ugly.
But nonetheless, why are you buying me a house?
Down payment to a fucking house.
A house. I'm wearing a house on my shoulder.
But I don't have that in my bag.
But I don't have that in general.
Yeah.
You didn't give me no house. You didn't give me no land. You didn't give me nothing that I can, like, prophesize on or utilize to the utmost.
Yeah,
like, a bag.
And then half the time, y'all be getting it from fucking DHgate, so that shit don't be real. Girl thought she had a Birkin, took it to Birkin, and Birkin was like, baby girl.
Because Birkin, you have to sign a wait list. You have to apply.
They don't just give it to anybody.
You have to apply to be a part of their, like, listing of people that have like access to the bags. Like, it's not or something like that. It's something wild where you got to do steps.
Yeah, and they don't accept certain people.
They do
so a lot of those rappers that y'all think are getting their girls Birkins, they're going on fucking DHgate because they don't even want certain people having their stuff. The same way how a lot of these higher fashion people are racist.
Don't want to be associated with.
Thank you. But y'all want to be associated with it because y'all think it says, well, you look dumb. Just go for the black-owned brands that actually want you wearing their shit. And it's more affordable. What the fuck are we talking about?
You need a Pittsburgh. Because I got people.
Oh, go ahead. I think the part that hurts me about Two Face the most is that he'll never really know the real me, because I know that he's materialistic, he's vain, he's all of these things. I don't fit a specific aesthetic. It's okay to hang out with me in a certain capacity, but he wants to be seen with another type of person, and those people don't even fuck with him for real because they're looking for a come up. Then when they realize he can't give the come up, they move on. Looks are very deceiving. Just because a man can put some shit together, you don't know how long it took for somebody to save up for specific items, or you guys don't understand that sometimes these people are spending their entire fucking checks and shit trying to look fly for people that wouldn't even hang out with them in real life without that kind of stuff. Oh well, but I don't think that that is my problem anymore. I can't feel sorry for somebody that don't even fuck with me. In the grand scheme of things, like, they utilize me for my energy, but you don't fuck with me for real. You think very low of me for real.
And we're back. Back on rolling. Wow, rolling.
I guess the moral that I took from the Two Face situation, number one, is that you don't have to settle for a friendship that doesn't work anymore. or never worked to begin with. That if a guy doesn't want to fuck you, it's not a you thing.
Heavy on that.
It's a them thing. Like, if they're not attracted to you, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't look at yourself any less. And that I have to get out of my type because my type don't fuck with me. High key. That's kind of what I took from that. It's a couple of other things, but it's slipping to the back of my mind at the moment.
I think for me, if it's always bad timing, then that means it was never meant to be.
It was never a timing.
Yeah, like, and then I want to say the other one is, if you have to question it, then if it's really meant to be, or if it's really authentic, or if it's whatever it is, like, okay, let's say that me and Ren decided to do this podcast, for instance, right? We're talking about it, but we never do it. There's a difference between talking about it and never doing it, and there's a difference between talking about it and actually doing it eventually. And it's like, if you have to question it, if you have to, like, even think about the foundation of it, then is it really a thing? Like,
there's a reason you're in the gray area, because niggas that really want you, men that really want you,
they're gonna make you know.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna let you know that that's what they want.
Y'all headed somewhere.
It'll never be, I'm trying to be this for now and then.
Yeah, it's not
like,
gonna just switch up. But also, you won't even have to ask the question. I think that, because any other time that I've been wifed up, I never had to ask a damn question. Mm-hmm. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and they did it.
Yeah.
They acted on it. But I think, picking for us this year, that is one of the things that we had to learn. It's like, if you're questioning it, or if you're overthinking it to the maximum, to the point where you're coming out with a million different scenarios because you really don't know, compared to you not necessarily completely overthinking it into oblivion, but you, like, you know, somebody questioning it for whatever reason outside of you not knowing type shit.
Yeah. So essentially, what she's saying is there's a difference between a guy that gives you no context and a guy that gives you context, but you still might have insecurities. Mm-hmm. If you're still insecure after he has given you that, that's a you thing. That's something you gotta work on.
Yeah, for sure.
But for a lot of the guys that we dated this year, they purposefully left us in a gray area because they knew they couldn't give a shit. And instead of letting us go and leaving us alone, they benefited off of it. But also, we could have pulled away. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it is hard to do. Number one, we are both people that suffer with depression. So it's like, sometimes that shit just feels good for a moment, even though we know it's not heading nowhere. I know for sure I have to stop doing it, because I can't take no more heartbreaks, bro.
Yeah.
Because I be caring about these people, and they don't give a fuck about me. So
yeah, facts.
So we're going to tell you all some music that we are enjoying right now.
Fuck. If I didn't have titties, I would think I was really that nigga.
Okay, I know everybody hates Doja Cat right now, but that, I guess, Agora Hills song makes me feel like a white stripper on GTA. And it's vibes. I don't care what nobody say. I'm fucking with it right now.
So, my two songs, I'm being basic with my first answer, is Pistachios by Brent Faiyaz. Because I love Brent Faiyaz. And, like, the fact that he knows what pistachios can do. So, I'm weird. I'll look up shit. Or, like I'll be curious. I'll be like, yeah, I need to look this up and see what the fuck.
Like, I looked up,
literally, because I love spicy food, and I'm the only person that I know that gets hard nipples from spicy food.
I don't think it's just you. I just think people, remember how we said people aren't in tune with their body?
Yeah.
So they're wondering why they feel a specific way after, but aren't questioning it.
That song, because I love Brent, and yeah, but pistachios is on the list of aphrodisiac foods. Pistachios, asparagus, oysters, chocolate, strawberries, fucking artichoke. Artichoke looks like a flower. Yeah, it looks like a flower.
Because I knew it was a flower, but both asparagus.
But the texture is kind of not slimy,
when
not gooey, and not like hard or not extremely soft. It's like an in between of everything.
Is your nipple?
Yeah, but it's supposed to help with your cooch too.
That's good.
So yeah, but the song is like basically saying like what we about to do, because I done got you from your friend group. It's about 4 a.m. We're moving fast in this life right now. What we about to do? Like
fucking or no? And
literally, the song that he samples is, I think, from Adina Howard. Yeah, I'm a fan, guys. Like, my first boyfriend would say I'm a dick rider, but We're not gonna talk about him.
Shorty, are you okay? Talk to me.
I feel like people say that, but then if it was their fave, like,
yeah,
you would
they
do
would
the
lose their fucking
same,
shit.
bro.
Like
what?
Off the motherfucking drugs, off the motherfucking drugs.
This is your brains on drugs.
it's number 3 on her "Do You Want to Ride" album. "If We Make Love Tonight." So that's my shit. That shit rides so smoothly. Everybody else talk about everything else. The A$AP Rocky feature. Good for him. Dad of 2. House husband. Let me stop. Love you, A$AP. You do look good.
He was a bad bitch.
I'm trying to be like him.
Literally. We were born with the wrong parts, bro.
Cause if I were a boy.
Like,
I
what?
would look shit, boy.
I'm short, so I would have to spend my money, but still.
Hopefully I think I'll have a decent penis.
I think my shit will be curved. It might not be long, but that motherfucker gonna hit something.
My other song is a very toxic song again.
Yeah.
Not to say I'm toxic. Why would I ever no, let me stop. Why would I ever just be like rude to people for no reason?
She can never be toxic for real. It's like, no, she's not toxic like that. She like eat much.
Believe that. It's by Huncho, I think.
Okay.
Your friends. And that song's basically saying like, why you listen to these bitches? Like, none of them got a nigga that's gonna like do this, that, and the third for him like I do for you. So don't listen to them and basically be my bitch. Like,
I can't understand that though.
but a sample with The Weeknd. I think it's Crew. That doom in the instrumental. Yeah.
Off the motherfucking drugs, off the.
I kind of get it though. I understand why both men and women say that, like, because sometimes if you are not in the right friend group, like me and her wouldn't do that to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I know some bitches that would stunt another woman's growth.
Or will tell you to stop dealing with that person off the smallest inconvenience. Like, yes, you want your friend, your loved one to value themselves and to only deal with positive energy, but is that really realistic? No.
Yeah.
But at the same time, stop trying to act like you know somebody else's pain tolerance, for one. For two, that you would do the same thing. Like, if it was reversed, if I was telling you that, then what? Like, and you wouldn't listen, then why would you think I would listen to?
Because I feel like sometimes our friends be knowing that we're better than them.
Yes.
And they feel like we should be doing better than them, but it's like, I gotta learn my lessons at the same time rate. Like, my path time rate. Like, not because you think I should know. Like, and that's why I learned with my friends, because I've lost a lot of friends just from different things, is to let people just kind of live their life and support them throughout whatever season. Like,
facts. Me growing up, so more context, I have 2 older brothers and I'm the only girl. So my mom was basically not my sister, but the closeness I have with her is as if like she was damn near my sister, because she's the only woman that I grew up in a household with. With that being said, one of her long relationships ended, but she thought that they was for lifers. Keep in mind, they were friends for over 30 years, like since they were kids. Friends do a lot, and at the end, she like snaked her in the worst way possible. So friends can be either there for a season, a reason, and I forgot the third one.
Treason? Take myself.
I don't think it all rhymes.
No.
There's levels to friendships. There's levels to association. Because I don't claim all the interactions or relationships relationships, I'll say, because relationships is the broad scheme, with people as a friendship. Sometimes we are just meant to be associates. Sometimes we're just meant to be cool at work. We're just meant to be cool when we see each other at the fucking store, or whatever the case may be. Or when we, like, even out to your tattoo artist, even though they're low-key like your pain tolerance therapist, they still don't owe you a how are you doing. Like, it's still a transaction. They're still here to do a service. They're still here to give you what you want, and hopefully you like the way it fucking comes out, type shit.
Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Rolling While Rolling. And we will see you all next time.
Except for the non-perverts. Like,
yeah, all of you non-perverts, get the fuck out.
Because it's about to get disgusting. It's about to get so fucking freaky. Get out.
whoa. That was... Well, we can't be mad. She kind of made a cute face, so...
That's my serious face. Damn, that's why people don't take me seriously.
That was a serious face
Deadass.
at the end. With the tongue out?
I noticed I do that face a lot.
You did. You did. But how's that a serious face, though?
Like, that's like me being like, I'm standing on business.
With your tongue out?
Mhm.
Nobody's gonna take that serious.
I've realized this now.